Yeah, Suez is here. Suez is like one of the really big strategic things you're fighting over. Suez is most definitely a thing. Oh, oh. Oh, that's my... How is this possible? There's a naval battle on this tile. Right there. Join the fight. Ah. There we go. Yeah, please sink their escorts. There we go. Well, we sank 2 destroyers eventually. AI is being sneaky. Yes, they are. How are we doing? August. Let's see if there's any promotions we can give out. You are an infantry expert. You are definitely an infantry expert. Which increases your infantry attack. I know that ambusher is more defense. It's more entrenchment, but I think I'd rather have the extra shootage. Alright, let's try that again. Korea has capitulated. Quelle surprise. Who is surprised? Not me. Monarchy has been restored in Greece. After weeks of deliberation, the Greek government has decided to give the crown to King Georgios II, not to Alexandros I, who is still alive and who many feel has been the proper heir as Alexandros' older brother, and who never received the crown in the first place due to his exile following the Weltkrieg. While there are lingering doubts as to his legitimacy, the government has assured the people that this fixes an error which should have been made long before. The king spoke to a massive cheering crowd in Athens after returning for the first time in many years, saying that Greece had finally returned to the path it was meant to be on, and vowed to work tirelessly to rebuild the economy. We're about to push across here. I mean, we're about to get next to the place where we can push across. How's South Africa looking? Republic of South Africa is going to win this. And that's the Reichspakt team. So the Entente's going to lose that. They have literally not moved at all in India. And... oh! Mexico's in the war. So we've got the Entente versus the CSA... and Mexico must have joined the CSA. So we've got Canada intervening on the PSA side. And then we've got Mexico intervening on the CSA side. Yeah, Canada on the PSA, Mexico on the CSA. That's interesting. At war with the entire Entente. Wow, I'm glad I'm not over there anymore. Whew. Ah! Madrid's fallen. So the kingdom is finally starting to falter, and it looks like it's actually going to be the Carlists that get the most benefit out of this. Taking Madrid, taking Toledo, taking all of this. As long as they keep on pushing. I mean, remember, they did have Badajoz at one point, but they've kind of rejigged their lines, and they seem to be a bit more solid. And now that they actually own Madrid, I think that's a good sign. Things are getting spicy. Yeah, they are. Come on, get across. And if we get these guys stuck in the Sinai, then I am perfectly happy with that outcome. Oh, deal with the devil is over. It is now September. We have 1 month until the election, and at that point I need to sort out the Chamber of Deputies. Collapse of the Union. It appears that the Union States government is on the last legs of the American Civil War. Already, most of its land has been swallowed up by the other American nations, and what is left is the last remnants of its army. No, don't stop. Damn it. CSA took 11 states. AUS is gone. The fall of New Orleans. Syndicate militia have been pushing towards the city of New Orleans for a while now. Reports are coming in from the city's imminent capture by the advancing militia. It does kind of look like the PSA has been pushed back, though, bearing in mind that this used to be owned by the AUS, so that front line needs to be redrawn. They're also losing in Florida, which is annoying. Although Socialist Italy is losing. Right, Socialist Italy. No, they're not. It's just the Italian War. Republic of Italy versus... Sorry, Socialist Italy versus Republic of Italy, 2 Sicilies, and Papal States. And it looks like 2 Sicilies are going to win that one. Good. I'm alright with that. No, don't be losing that. Ah, I was hoping I could just punch across, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen here. Just got to keep on hammering. Mark Leek has joined Northern Gilly Clique. We are winning in these 2 positions. Oh, there we go, green again. That's what I like to see. Give me more green. Green, green, green. Alsace ultimatum. After months of low-intensity skirmishes and diplomatic game-playing on the German-French border, the 2 behemoths are poised at the edge of a potentially the most brutal conflict mankind has known since the dark days of the Weltkrieg. In a shocking escalation, the Communard government in Paris openly demanded the return of the German-controlled Alsace-Lothringen, seized during the War of 1871 by the victorious Reich. Flouting international norms, a single squadron of French planes flew into German airspace, dropping thousands of leaflets detailing their grievances, much to the chagrin of the Reich's general staff. Such actions are sure to outrage public opinion in Berlin, and even now mobilization efforts are underway. At this point, it seems unlikely that a second Weltkrieg can be avoided. Coming in France declared war on Germany. The Weltkrieg claimed the lives of countless young men from all over the world in a conflict on an industrial scale, but it appears that even the nightmare could not deter man's lust for blood. After over 20 years of proxy warfare, diplomatic pressure, and political squabbles, an uneasy peace between Germany and France has broken down. These 2 great powers are mobilizing their armies in preparation for the war the likes of the world has never seen before, since the last time. Kingdom of Denmark has joined the Reichspakt. Okay, so when exactly is the election? Just says October. Now, do I actually need to hold the most deputies? Because surely this is going to change after the election. And the Liberals are in pretty staunch control of the chamber right now. I'll drop in a quick save because I don't know how exactly that's going to work. I haven't actually played as the USA since they brought in that system. Muscat's fighting, but they're not doing too hot. Russian expansion in the Caucasus. This attack is not going where I want it to do. Yemen's actually kind of annoyingly entrenched, but I do see a way around. Russian expansionism in the Caucasus. The situation in the Levant remains fragile. Our northern flank has started to come under severe threat. The Russian bear, fueled by revanchism towards its former territories of Eastern Europe and the Caucasus, has opened its final offensive, trying to break open the Ostwall. Our German alignment, a tool in the previous war, is now more of a threat to our survival than a means of defence, with our nation incapable of fighting on all fronts at once. A diplomatic solution must be found. A Russo-Ottoman treaty aimed at delineating the spheres of influence of our great empires must serve as a non-aggression pact, a secret deal between the two governments. Whilst it remains unclear whether the Russians will be enticed by such propositions, our government feels like it's at least worth a shot. Bear in mind, it was the Germans who orchestrated the coup. Try to overthrow the legitimate democratic government of the sublime Ottoman Federation. We don't owe Germany squat. So, signing an agreement with Russia, I think, actually makes a lot of sense here. However, let's see what the other outcomes are. Ottoman Empire must safeguard its own interests first and foremost, non-aggression pact, or don't let the Caucasus fall, and we don't do a deal with the devil. And vote. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Tell us how you really feel, Mordred. Well, in that case... Okay. And don't you dare forget that. Exactly. Model scientist Solarian as usual. I just love that little cough. It just adds so much to the character. Whenever you do something completely out of character, just the... Okay, so results are in. Poet contributed 4,000 channel points for this, so thank you for that. Poet, 25% of you are saying that we are not in enough wars right now. We definitely need to be in another one, so we're fighting on 3 fronts instead of just 2. Because who fights on just 2 fronts? In fact, we're already fighting on 3 fronts. We need to have a 4th front. 75% of you, however, remember what Germany did to us and have said that we need to safeguard the Ottoman Federation. So we're going to see if we can get this non-aggression pact with the Russians. Why am I not selecting a focus? Because I'm trying to get political power. We have an election coming up. Seemingly set in the belief that the only way man can advance is through the use of weapons, Russia straight has rebuked our diplomatic advances, instead given us a thinly veiled threat detailing the New World Order. There is no place for camaraderie. Well, we tried. So be it. Denmark coming to France has made peace. Why does Denmark always do that? Actually, you know what? No, the tank should be on that side. Though I do think that we can now take one. Alright, so let's get the National Protection Law. I don't know what I need to do about the deputies. So, anyone know how this works? Do I need to worry about house support for an election? Or is that going to be purely determined on political party size, in which case we're dominating? Let me know. King in Denmark wants to join the Reichspakt, but the democratic government wants to stay neutral, so he declares war, then the government reverses it and amends the constitution to remove all of his powers. Okay, I see. Once you fight the bears, what's the problem with the eagles? I quite like that, that's good. Anyone? How does this affect things? Does it? At all? You would think it goes by party size, not that I know, it just makes sense. Furthermore, I believe a fifth front should be opened up in Bulgaria, which isn't just Bulgaria, seeing as they joined the Donau-Adria Bund. See you, Faceless. I say make a save now, try and get the seats and see what happens here. I'd rather not spend the power if I don't have to. Advanced machine tools. It is October 39. That is the last of those. We could get fuel refining, which we may actually need. Despite the fact that we own the Middle East. How are we doing in terms of occupations? Ooh, ouch. Okay, it's not actually a huge number of losses. Syria. Syria is going to be a serious problem. Which is really annoying, because I can't actually put operatives there. Best I can do is put them here. Alright, this is silly. We're not getting anywhere here. I think what I'm going to do is reassign my camels to that flank. We will reassign 4 of you to that flank. We'll have you attack that. We'll have you prepare to attack that. All of you halt. We will have you lot stop, except for that group. And we'll take out this position. Unfortunately, this is going to allow them to redevelop. But I have a few plans which we can enact. French Republic declared war on the Commune of France. Entente is in the war, in the Second World War now. Two Sicilies have joined the Entente. We have now lost 126,000. Egypt has lost 200,000. Egypt has now killed more of us than Yemen. It's actually armoured cars that we're shortest on. So I think I need to remove the armoured cars from you again, unfortunately. Which is going to make you significantly stronger in comparison. Oh, you actually managed to cut us off here. You're not going to be able to hold that, though. That's fine. And here we go. Victory is ours. Meanwhile, the Iranian front, basically stable. I don't have any naval invasion tech, do I? Once that's done, we can get some. South Africa's war's over. Fall of Manila. Philippines are beginning to fall. Manila, capital of the Philippines, has fallen to the Japanese after the withdrawal of the Filipino defenders and her allies. The entrance to the strategically Villa Manila Bay remained contested for some time after the city's fall due to the heavy concentration of Filipino coastal artillery. Right. Where the hell is naval invasion tech? There it is. 72 days. Iraq is on civilian oversight. So they are. Have I gotten the fully armed battle station national spirit? No. When is it time to increase manpower laws? When this number is 0. But that's me. I play a bit on the edge when it comes to manpower. I feel if you have manpower in reserve, it's wasted. Right. Yeah, it's time. Let's get the Anatolian roads going. I did not read that. What does it say? As the primary focus of the Ottoman economy for the most part of its history has been in Rumelia, Asia Minor and Syria, the interior of Anatolia is severely lacking in infrastructure expected of a modern nation. Farmers are more often than not disconnected from their villages or cities, causing massive issues for our supply chains and inhibiting the potential of integrating these people into the world economy. And yes, we can modify our government to get partial mobilization. We're in November. That election happened. Apparently house support doesn't matter. Okay. Well, in that case, mobilization it is. Now I can build military factories. Although I think I still want to finish off some more of these civilians first, because then we can build the military factories with rather more swiftness expected of a modern nation. Or something like that. Oh, you got an upgrade. None that I particularly want to do. How are you doing? You are so close to getting organizer. And infantry leader. And commando. Go on then, and see what we can do. They have not built defences there, really. I'm actually wondering if I want to bring the engineer into this position. Because we are crossing a big fricking river. Asim Pasha. He doesn't have the attack bonus though. Nihat Pasha would be better. It's just that this guy has the extra attack. It's only a 5% attack bonus across rivers. This guy would make that up just with his attack bonus. Not sure that's a river. It's a river. Mine's 60. More of a big ditch, really. Which skill is it for the magic bridge button? It's improv. Improv expert. Which is trickster, and we're not even close to getting that. This is doing 0. Oh, air doctrine. Aces or superiority. Let's go for the superiority. The Empire celebrates Eid el-Fitr. Eid Mubarak. Failure of the Halifax Conference. Representatives of both the Entente and the Reichspakt met in the Canadian city of Halifax this week, hoping to come to a working agreement on cooperation between both sides of the war against the Third Internationale. While there was initially progress, ultimately the German demands that the British and French colonies they gained after the First World War be recognised as theirs proved to be the breaking point. The Germans departed Halifax in anger, and the conference declared a disappointing failure. Their wars against the syndicalists will continue, but they will do so separately and while still eyeing the other side as old and potential future enemy. Hardly a surprise. Alright, you, and then you, go. All of our bombers are on that side, right? Yeah, we don't exactly have a lot. Well, I haven't been built in years. We really need more military factories. Russia declared war on Ruthenia. Russia declared war on Ukraine. And Georgia. And Baltic Duchy. And Germany. Well, when Russia goes all in, it goes all in. At least that should mean that my northern frontier would be more or less Dutch land. No! Please, yes, wipe that stain out. Dutch land. Dutch land. This is how Americans think that people from Dutch land are Danish. Dutch land. The heck is Dutch land? It's, National Populist Netherlands, I think. No, Paternal Autocratic Netherlands. Henry Schwart. How'd the multiplayer go? It was too unstable, so I had to stop casting it. This is not going anywhere. It's getting us a bucket load of experience. Look how good these guys are. But yeah. Not really providing us with any solutions to life's problems. And just causing us a bunch of casualties. We're taking casualties. How are these Yemeni units so freaking tough?